Hello gamers and welcome back to Nay Complete's Need for Speed The Run on the Armbar arcade. We are currently 26th position in this 210 car race, being pursued by the Mafia in a helicopter and their black cars. We're in an Audi Quattro and we're in the industrial district of Cleveland, Ohio, escaping the mob. Now if that wasn't an intro and a half, I don't know what is. We've got to avoid gunfire. It's quite a powerful car, this Audi Quattro. I like it. Definitely one of my favourite cars from this video game so far. Hopefully we're going to finish the game in this episode. This is going to be the grand finale, if we can avoid all the gunfire. Coming up to a bridge here, which will hopefully help us evade the mob. It's got quite Michael Bay again. It was a racing game for a little while, but now it's back to being an action movie. It really can't decide what it wants to be. Oh. Yeah, concrete walls are really to be avoided in most racing games, if not all racing games. I can't seem to stop hitting them though. This is a little bit reminiscent of the Italian Job, coming through these tunnels. And the Italian Job was an action film, so some parallels there as we come along by the trains. Avoid explosive, that's a new one. And one that I'm not very good at apparently, because we haven't managed to avoid those explosives and we have been killed. So let's try not to die this time. So avoid explosives by going far away from. Okay, there's too many explosives on the road. That's kind of difficult actually. Right, we're going to have to go out of our way to avoid explosives, which, I mean, is something I do in my everyday life. I do avoid explosives. I don't, try and seek them out, but at the same time, when they're flying towards you, it's kind of more difficult. I guess going fast is helping here. Got all the trains in the train yard, and the mob, and this tunnel. I mean, there's just everything is going on at once. Which is kind of how you want it to be at the end of a video game. They really are quite persistent, aren't they? I mean, I must owe them quite a lot of money that they want me to stop winning a 210 car race with a £250 million prize just so I can pay them back. Except I'm not going to pay them back because I'm going to be dead if they get their way. So whoever's plan this was really didn't think it through. Okay, thank you for that close-up on another car. I can't avoid the gunfire because you blocked me in. So, thanks for that game. Great. Awesome. Anyway, we're back here, so we're not too far back. Got a lot of explosions. Hopefully we can dodge past them before they explode too much. Stuff is collapsing. We really need to stop crashing into everything. Been a bit of a theme this game. I forgot we have nitrous. We have nitrous. Let's use our nitrous. Through this warehouse. Have we done it? Nope, that was just a small action sequence. I was hoping that would be the end of this stage because it's been rather action-filled and difficult. Surely this has to be the end of the stage.
Jack, talk to me. What's going on?
I need new wheels, now!
Okay. Go see a man named Yuri at 4th and Industrial.
Oh, it's Jack. Here's Jackie.
Hello? Yuri.
Some banging tunes in this garage. And a dog. Don't punch the dog, Jack. Don't be a dick.
Use
seem to know me. But I do not know you.
Is this GTA 4 all of a sudden?
Easy, Shevchenko.
You want to go bowling, cousin? His dog is called Shevchenko. This game has just gone off the wall insane, but let's choose from some incredibly powerful cars to remedy that. There's a Lambo, a Pagani, and what I assume is a Porsche. Okay. So we've got 212 mile an hour top speed with easy handling, 227 with normal, or a locked car with 270. Well, I'm going to go with the 227 mile an hour top speed. Like, why wouldn't you? We need to win this race, really. That's what this entire series has been leading up to. Why wouldn't I want the fastest car in the entire game? And that is stage 8 of the run complete. So we're still in 26th place because the Mafia don't count when you overtake them. They should have entered the race. They would have had plenty of chances to take us out. Maybe they were driving all those vans that we hit. Oh, it's still looking beautiful. I love that there's so many like beautiful areas of America covered in the game. Even if some of them are just like, here's a mountain. So we're in Beaver Valley, Philadelphia, which I never would have believed was a real place, but apparently Beaver Valley is a legitimate place in Philadelphia that you can race through in a Pagani. It's handling alright. I still prefer our Audi, and you know, if I could have chosen, I probably would have kept the Audi, but we need a big sports car to bring us to the finish. We're tailing these cars here. We need to gain 8 positions, so we're going to be in like 18th place by the end of this race, which is kind of exciting. We've got some music that's a little bit too calm, really, for this stage of the race. We need some real final climactic music. Mow down the bollards. That's it. We'll put some pressure on him by crashing straight into the back of him. This is clearly a shortcut. It's a shortcut that was too good for the game. It would have been unfair on the other racers to continue going through there. So we can break the white wood, but not the normal wood. Okay. That seems fair. We got plenty of time to overtake 8 cars, so I'm not too worried here. I'm going to take another shortcut. Oh dear. That's not good for the suspension. But much like Theresa May, we are running through fields of wheat. And we're gaining positions as we do it as well. Had a little voice break there. Could go up that hill, but didn't really spot it in time. We've got plenty of barns on this route. And we've crashed into a tree because we were too busy getting distracted by barns. Little bit slidey there. And the exact same place takes us out again. And I have to be careful around there. That's an accident black spot now. 2 overturned Paganis. We're coming through to win this stage, I think. We've got 0.6 miles left. I don't think we're going to be caught. But we are going to ruin it for ourselves before we can get there. Much like John Jones. Out of my way. Right. That's it. Center of the bridge. Fly down here. That's it. Keep it straight. And across the line. 18th place. It's getting serious. So we are on the interstate in West Virginia. I guess we could have called this video Country Roads Take Me Home. But it's probably going to be some sort of New York reference, I'd imagine, seeing as we aim to come first across the line in New York without destroying our car. Sometimes we want to destroy our car, but most of the time we don't. So we're going to gain 6 places to come through to 12th, which really is quite serious. We got the police on our tail, which was kind of inevitable. I mean, they were going to feature in the end of the game, along with the mafia and everyone else that doesn't want us to win. There is a petrol station coming up, so I might see what my options are with regards to cars. Just about. We're going to take the Porsche 918 in red. No, that's a terrible red. We're going to take it in black. Big crash there. We've gained 3 places thanks to that. Thank you, police. That's the first time in this game the police have actually helped us, I think. This is a nice, fast little car. Got some police coming towards us. That was almost a good piece of driving. Almost. I'm not entirely sure what just happened there. That was unscripted action. I think some of these police type missions, the idea is just to survive until you get past the police, and then you can overtake as many other races as you want. Because the police just shoot past you like they're on a massive rubber band. The other racers are on a slightly lesser rubber band. So they're always going to catch up to you. It's just a case of whether or not you can survive these kind of races. I guess we could try and take down the police like that, but just all the cop cars, it's far too many. We're just going to end up damaging ourselves and trying to put ourselves in kind of dangerous positions. We've got about 1 mile to go on this race, so we should probably start overtaking some guys. Well, hey, that's a good fence hop. That's like the Grand National type fence hop. There we go, there's the guy in 12th, there's the finish line. Oh, exciting stuff, and we didn't even crash. What a good stage. Through into 12th. Can feel the ending coming up already. Well, we've got some information. Mila is a socialite's daughter from the Upper West Side of Manhattan. She's got a close friendship with the family mechanic's daughter, which I guess is a thing that people have. Do you have a close relationship with your family mechanic's daughter? I don't think I do. And she doesn't need the money. She's just looking for a good time. What a cliche that is. As we battle it out with her yellow car.
Competition's heating up. Be careful.
So we've only got to defeat Mila in this stage, which is cool. We've got 4.5 miles to do that in. The trees are against us. Obviously they formed an allegiance with Mila, which is fine, you know. It's like Lord of the Rings up in here. They're going through the forest. Give her a good shunt. That should wake her up. She's probably kind of going to come back at us pretty soon. Or we could just go through a field. That is a shortcut. Bit of a hairpin coming up. Yeah, it's getting kind of Need for Speed Carbon up in here with all the twists and turns. It's a good thing this car's got easy handling then. But what is its resistivity to fences? I need to know. If there's one thing I like to do in Need for Speed games, it's mow down fences. It seems like she's as bad at driving as we are, so that's good. No doubt she'll catch us up via rubber banding. We've got another 2 miles left here. So plenty of time to crash into big old piles of junk and lose our lead. Come on then, Mila. Let's refill our nitrous tank and give you a run for your money. She's basically the Paris Hilton of this game, so you got to root against her, really. We are the face, she is the heel. And she's about to get overtaken. There we go, neck and neck. Down this kind of autumnal part of the track. And is that the finish line? Yes, it is. I thought it was just some orange trees, but it is apparently also the finish line. So that was kind of easy in the end. One position. A lot of work for one position, really. It's time for Sawmill Drive in Maryland, and we've only got 340 miles to go. However, this is a checkpoint stage, so we won't be gaining any places. But it gives us a good opportunity to test out the new Porsche, which has really been kind of kind to us. Oh, it's a police stage. Yeah, I thought at this late stage in the game they're not just going to give us an easy checkpoint stage, so they're going to try and get in our way. Ignore that slight mistake there. The trees are literally against us. All the way through the run, the trees have been against us. You know, I feel like the mob is probably paying them off just to get in our way. It cannot be that I'm not very good at driving. There's no way. Police being slightly unfair there, trying to push us off the edge of a mountain, but okay. Just push me off a mountain, that's fine. I mean, it's only a hill, really. It can't be a real mountain. The police just deciding that it wasn't really worth chasing me or living there. Punting themselves off the edge. Just going to mow down a few more bollards on our way. We've really had some glitchy police driving this episode, haven't we? We've got to hurry up to get through this checkpoint. Very, very close there. But we've only got one checkpoint left, and I can see it. I can literally see it. Why won't it let me head straight towards the checkpoint? There's more trees. Nay versus trees is kind of the theme of this episode. 14 seconds left. Try and get a straight line to the finish. Are we going to make it? Yes, we've made it. More rewards for terrible driving here. Stage 10, of course, the final stage of the game. New Jersey, New York, and the finish to the run. The East Coast. Here we go, here's the tension as Eddie Cook is about to come from behind us, in front of us, somewhere.
Bring it home, Jack. I'll see you in Manhattan.
It's the final leg, being the Europe single that never got released. That's probably the worst start we've had to a race. And once again, it's the trees. What have you got against me, trees? You want Eddie to win the run, do you? Here we go, here's some tense music for a tense situation. I like it. It's like you're nearing the end of the run. We're going to have overtaken 200 cars by the time we overtake Eddie. Which is no small feat, you know. getting very twisty-turny on the way to New York. I feel like we started out really, really straight over the plains and Las Vegas, and it's just got more and more twisty as we've approached New York. Maybe it's supposed to be getting more difficult, I don't know. Eddie's helping us catch up there by driving a little bit slowly. Thanks for that, Eddie. I really appreciate it. Got some tense action movie driving coming up. This car really lends itself to the action scenes, and the camera angles of the game actually lend themselves well to making it look a little bit more like an action movie. You know, you get really close up on the corners and then it pans out when you go quickly. I do like that about this game. It does feel very tense all of the time. Like, they managed to spread it out over the game's runtime very well. It is quite a short game, but you know, you can either play it in little chunks or just do the run all in one across a couple of hours. We are going to need to overtake this guy very soon. No better time than the present as we dive bomb City into first place. Well, 10th place, but first place in this race as we come through to take 10th place. So we're approaching New Jersey. We've got 127 miles left in the run. We've got to gain 3 positions to get into 7th. And I was just thinking, it's kind of a waste to introduce these characters that you have one-on-one battles with, and then you overtake them, and you never see them again. Like, I get their motivations for entering the run are kind of interesting, like, oh, everyone's got a different reason that they want to win the run. But then you've got all these no-faces that you have to overtake after them, and it's kind of like, well, what was the point of having Eddie? Like, is he going to pop up again? Probably not. Who's in that green Lamborghini? We'll never know. You know, maybe he's entering the run for a far more noble cause than I am. Maybe I should let him win. We'll never know. Maybe world peace could have been achieved if we'd have let this green Lamborghini win. But we're not going to, because this is a complete series. And we do dirty passes on complete series. This car is beautiful. It's by far the best car we've had. Like, I love the Audi. The Audi was great, but it was a tier 4 car. This tier 5 car just eclipses it, honestly. Ah, it's beautiful. I love some of the freeway stages. Like, it's some of the fastest feels in the game. No, you will not overtake us, mate. You will not overtake us. Get out. Yeah, take that. 7th place. It's good. It feels hard fought when you win a victory like that. Feels like we rightfully deserve to be in 7th. So we are in Union, New Jersey. There's 23 miles to New York. And we've got 3 more opponents for 4th place overall in the run. The guy in 210th must be kind of pissed, because we managed to get all this way, so why hasn't he? We go through into 6th. We've got to hold the lead. It's one of these stages where we have to get ahead and stay ahead. We're going to let him go ahead for a second because we need to do some crashing there. And it's about time to get back in front of him, I think. That was pretty close. I like to live life on the edge. So we've chained together quite a few perfect stages, as far as I'm aware. Like, we haven't crashed for quite a few stages. Like, not a reset crash anyway. Obviously, we've crashed into minor objects like trees, but we haven't had any oncoming crashes. I feel like that might change if we stay oncoming there, so I'm going to change back onto the right side of the road. We're going to hold the lead for another 32 seconds, which is kind of a long time, as we head down here. Just got to keep up the pace as we totally lose all of our momentum and find a shortcut. Down here. That's a pro tip there. Barriers can be used to change direction when you don't want to use the steering wheel. So one more opponent to find and defeat on this little bit. We'll ignore that just happened. We've got a full minute to overtake this guy, and he's literally just there. But he is in 4th place on the run. We've come so far, it's kind of a momentous moment here. We're counting down the single digits. Let's do a little jump to celebrate. Well, hey, celebratory jump. So we've got another 30-ish seconds to overtake this guy. We're going to make sure we don't do anything silly as we come through this car crushy bit. He's going kind of slow, so I decided to overtake him a little bit before I was planning to. And make our way through this scrapyard. We've kind of gone scrapyard to scrapyard as well, because we almost died in the scrapyard at the very beginning of this game. So to come back here is kind of like, you know, we've come full circle. It's a real action movie moment. I think we've completely lost all trace of the other guy. Like, I can't see him catching up. So we're going to come across the finish line in 4th place overall in the run. And another good stage. Definitely got some police on our tail. They're all in Camaros, so that's cool, you know. There's so many police. I feel like this stage is going to be absolute hell, but let's do it anyway. Defeat Caesar. So he's in 3rd, but his brothers are behind us, okay. Because we didn't see them on the way here, so I don't know quite how that works. But let's not think too much about logic. Seeing as we have like reverse time several times on this run. Otherwise we'd be stuck in a tree right now. Anyway, we've overtaken Caesar for the time being. We've got a 90-degree turn coming up. Thanks, police. You were not helpful. I think a 1073 is some kind of roadblock, so hopefully that's, yeah, there we go. They're blocking that road, but we got up here, that's good. And we're going to completely avoid the roadblock. That's brilliant. And we've got a nice bit of straight road. So far, so good. We shouldn't be too bothered by police down here. It's like an interstate. They're going to go flying past while we turn left. I think Caesar's... Oh, Caesar's taken the shortcut. Okay, so he's getting ahead of us. Just blast on by. Oh, clip that car a tiny bit. I've been driving pretty well the last couple of stages. I'm kind of impressed with myself, so... This is the best I've driven all game, so it's a good time to peak right at the end when we really need it. Head-on crash into a car. It's the least I can do for the police. We avoided a reset there. It was good. There's a shortcut coming up on the map. I could take it. It looks like a good thing to take. They're planning a roadblock down there. Another celebratory jump. That's kind of gone a little bit worse than I was planning, but massive roadblock. Now, if we get slowed down too much, we could get arrested, but we're not going to get arrested there. I think Caesar's been stopped by the police a little bit, so this is our chance to come through for the last mile and take the victory off Caesar. Coming to 3rd place overall in the run. We've got a full tank of nitrous, we might as well use it.
We got parts flying off this car. Stay clear.
As they push us across the line in 3rd place. We've got enough police on us, I think. Now this guy's got a pretty sporty car, if I remember rightly, so it should be a close race down here.
It's almost ours, Jack. Close it out.
Massive roadblock there. Now he's in second place, so if we can get into second place on the run, it's going to be a momentous occasion for us. We've got all the police radio scanners in our ears, which is kind of distracting. I'd prefer not to have them, but it's kind of a clue as to what they're going to try next. We've got 3.5 miles to go before the end point, so we needn't overtake Calvin yet. Just stick close behind him for now. Let him rubber band as much as he wants. Try to avoid getting busted or wrecked by the police. Oh, this is a really beautiful bit. I'm loving this. This is definitely going to be the video thumbnail. I'm going to carry on down here, I think. But there's trees, my arch nemesis. Many, many trees. The trees are back to haunt me. Who's paid these trees off? This is kind of a crazy... What, is this supposed to be Central Park? I don't really know. I think we might already be in New York, so that's kind of interesting. This isn't the first place I'd choose, though, for the route in a race. I would have chosen somewhere less sidewalky and more roady, like this. This is a road. Yeah, I think this is supposed to be Central Park. I'm not entirely sure, but I think we have actually made it to New York. Seeing as we're fighting it out for second place. Calvin tries to pump me into a tree, but it backfires, and he's actually lost quite a bit of time there to us. He's about 4 seconds behind now, so if we can just make our way through here. We've got about 1 mile left in the race. He is catching up, though. He is catching up, and it's hairpins all over the place. Hairpins and trees. Lots of leaves. Looking very autumnal down here. But it doesn't matter what season it is when you're coming through for second place in the run. Not the trees. No! Vauxhall Corsa. And we kind of... Wow, yeah, we kind of landed on top of another car. I'm happy to reset, though, because we got 0.6 miles. And we're just going to crash straight into someone again, because... It's like London buses. I haven't crashed for ages. Crashed twice in a row. It's fine. We got 3 resets. It's all good. There's the shortcut. Calvin's coming right on our tail. We've got no nitrous. There's the finish. There we go. We blasted our way through. I think he kind of overtook us on the finish line, but it's given us the victory. So we will take second place. Kind of a messy end to the stage, but I'm quite happy to come through. And hopefully it'll be some of the final stages coming up in New York. And this is the final mission. Win the run. Here we go. We've got 10 miles to go in this stage, so we better not crash. And immediately we crash into as many things as possible, including trees. Ah yes, I remember this little bit with the streets and a lot of kind of trash and that down the side alleys. That taxi was in the way, so we just drove. Stop getting in the way! I don't. Has the game actually programmed taxis just to get in the way? I think it has. I mean, there's 8.5 miles left, so we needn't really rush because Marcus is definitely going to rubber band towards the end. We're just going to take it at our own pace. That's a long cut. There he is. See, he's really rubber banding. He's just taking it slow while we catch up to him. So we've got another 8 miles left in the run. It's tense. It's definitely tense. I'm sure we'll get some encounters with the police, some encounters with the mob, maybe a helicopter or two before the grand climax of the game. Basically, our plan at the minute is to avoid resetting for as long as possible, so we've got 5 resets for the final part of the race. We'll stay as close to Marcus as we dare. And that should be enough to let us win the run without having to retry the entire 10-mile final mission. Coming across a lovely bridge at sunset here. coming into oncoming traffic, which isn't ideal, but it's filling up our nitrous bar, something amazing, so we'll take it. Come on, we've got to avoid those resets. That's all we want to do here, is just make sure we've got all 5 resets for the final stages. Tactical driving. That bridge was pretty damn long as well. Like, we've got taking us down to 6 miles remaining. We're going to get into first place for the first time in the run. I'm assuming Marcus is going to come back and overtake us, but it's worth being in first place for a little bit just to say, hey, I was in first place in the run. It's amazing. We've overtaken 209 cars to get here. Obviously Marcus has taken it back, but yeah. Here we go, action sequence. He's got a gun. So we're going to go underground to avoid the gun. Oh, you are kidding. Okay, they're not solid. I thought that was going to take us straight out. So the map has gone. That's a train. That's definitely a train. We definitely want to avoid trains in this section. Obviously the Michael Bay element of the game has come back. I can hear the train, but I can't get out of the way of it yet. Hold on. It's coming. It's definitely coming. We need to get out of the way. Okay. Very tense, very tense. I mean, what was I supposed to do about that? There we go. That's where we're supposed to go. Along here. Avoid anything that's going to massively take us out. I believe, obviously, that Marcus will just come out near us when we come out of here, so we don't need to worry about rushing too much. Survival is the main element to this part. We come out down the platform and back into a tunnel. More trains. Less trains is... Yeah, I could see where we needed to go. It was just kind of getting up there. Less trains would definitely be a good idea for this game. That's the only place you really can avoid them. I'm going to stay up here in case there's more trains, because I feel like that's exactly what the game's going to do to us. So until it tells us to get down, which is now, we're going to avoid the trains. Is there more trains? No, that's the sun. No, that's a train. It's not the sun. It's not a newspaper. It's a celestial star that needs to be avoided because it is thousands of degrees. And we're back in the race with 3.1 miles to go. Marcus is in front of us, but not by far. The Mafia is probably going to come and get involved in a moment, or the police. I'm calling it now. We've got 3 resets left, so we do need to be a little bit careful. But hopefully we can come through to win the run. 2.5 miles left. I've got a massive grin on my face. If you can't tell, I've really enjoyed this video game. It's been a great series. I think some of my best stuff on Armbar Arcade so far. Hope you've enjoyed it. As we come through in the shipping containers, in the sunshine. Can't really see where I'm going, so we're just going to have to try and navigate it by eye. I was going to say by ear, but you do it by vision, so it's by eye. There's 1.3 miles to go, and we've managed to crash into the very edge of a shipping container. It's the slight right. If you misjudge it by a tiny amount, you just get done. Okay, concentration wasn't at maximum. I lied. Keep it straight. Keep it pointing straight. That's it. We're gonna do it, I think. Yes, we're back out onto a road. Oh, side by side. Okay, here we go. Tense. 0.5 miles to go. I'm just going to slam on the nitrous. We're going to come through to win the run. Come on. There we go. See you later, Marcus. Because for some reason, if you lose the race, your car just flips and you die. Sorry, Marcus. They really are making quite a lot of this final scene. I know it's the end of the game, but I want to see us. We're celebrating. Yeah, there we go. Sweet 180, bro. Run complete. There we go, Brooklyn, 8 hours later. Hopefully we're in a bar celebrating, because we did just win $250 million, of which we're getting $2.5 million, which I feel is kind of a bad deal, but maybe we can negotiate in this pizza joint. He loves his fast food restaurants for negotiating. First it was a Chinese takeaway, now it's a pizza joint. What's going on? So, about that run I won.
Your problem. They won't be bothering you again.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
That's an
Your cut's in a
oddly
deposit
shaped
box
key.
at Grand Central Station. It's more than enough cash for you to go and kick back for a while.
Kick back.
Yeah, you know. Relax, take it easy, put your feet
He
up.
never relaxes.
Or maybe, if you're interested in doubling down,
No, we're not doing another run.
I just got a call.
Although that could be a good setup for a sequel, which they never made. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that is the final scene. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching this entire series of Need for Speed The Run. I've been Nay. Leave in the comments the most unsatisfying video game endings, because that was pretty anticlimactic, really. Here's the money. If you want to do it again, then call me. Otherwise, you've just raced across America. So yeah, you've won the money. Great. None of the plot points are really resolved. Just the mob aren't after him anymore, which I guess is good. So yeah, leave in the comments unsatisfying video game endings to great video games. And I will see you next time on the Armbar Arcade.